Yes, greetings to everyone. Uh, my name is Elok Joshua. We are going to look at the secondary sources of information. Because last time we only looked at primary sources. So let us look at the secondary sources of information in information literacy. So let's open here. Uh, so we are looking at secondary sources of information. Uh, as you can see, these are. Let's start from here. Let's start from secondary sources of information. We are saying these are sources that summarizes, interprets, or analyze primary sources or other events. After getting primary sources of information, when you summarize them, make them shorter, simpler, easier to understand, you are getting now the what? Secondary sources. So that is as a simple a simple one which we can just easily understand. And now we are looking at the what characteristics of what secondary sources. So we are saying it is what interpretative. Secondary sources are imputed. So they are interpretative. It means uh, they involves what analysis, analyzing it critically, and synthesizing what evolution, change from what one form to another. Then also it evaluates the information by offering what opinions or assessment based on evidence that we get from those primary sources, like the magazines, newspapers, and the rest. Then also it's a summary. Thereby, in our definition of secondary, we said it summarizes all the information. Then we have the next characteristics being contextual. That is, it frames the primary data. Data here we are meaning information within the broad range movement or histories. So those are some of the characteristics of secondary sources. Let's come to the next, that is what? Examples. So here are examples of secondary sources. We are talking of what? The first example has been books. So this may be historical books, like those books of people who did maybe some achievement long ago. Eh? We have journal articles. These are majorly written by authors. So it is one of the examples of what books. We have biographics as being another example of secondary sources. Then another one is documentaries. This we are saying the articles analyzes primary what? There are articles that analyzes primary data. Then we have literature views. Talk of play. Maybe they are summarizing it. Summarize information from plays, novels. They make what we are calling documentaries. Then encyclopedias. Then we are saying they also summarizes well-established knowledge basing on that particular topic. So that is the next one. Then essays and what reviews. For example, we are saying a movie, book reviews. For example, even a pamphlet, like they interpret and they summarizes everything. Then under essays and reviews, we have critical essays, that provide analysis of what? Literacy work. So all these are the examples of what? Secondary sources. Let's come back to purpose of secondary sources. So we are saying it analyzes, interprets, and summarizes information from primary sources. Here you deal with only summary, analyzed work, and interpreted kind of information. Then we are saying they provide context, evaluates, and synthesizes what? The original data from the primary what? Primary source. Then finally we shall conclude by looking at the pros and cons of secondary sources of information. Of course, pros is just advantages of what? Secondary information. Then the cons, those are the disadvantages. So here we are saying the what? The summarizes. No, we are saying it is time what? Time consuming. Sorry, it is time saving. Because here you are dealing with what? Summarized data, reducing the effort needed for research. Then we look at expert analysis. This work is often written by experts, of which we know this work summarized by experts are always interpreted. Then the next one is easily accessible. Here you can get them in books. The secondary sources, you can get information in books, articles, and reports. And hence they are easily what? Available. Then broad perspective. This one we are saying they offer what? Wider context. Why? Because multiple what? Sources or multiple primary sources are what? Are consulted. Then lastly, the what? The pros of what? Secondary sources of information. There's what we call potential bias. Potential bias. We're saying some authors may interpret information leading to inaccuracies. That is potential bias. Then less detailed. These authors may omit what? Crucial primary information leading to oversimplification. Simplifying too much, that is what? Less detail. And lastly, outdated information. This information may not reflect what? The latest developments on a topic. So that is about secondary sources. We shall look at another topic under information literacy maybe later. Bye.